Tonight's ride, I'm looking for a different kind of house. Last time I went on a ride and showed you guys some of the really expensive houses, and now I'm looking for a different type of house, and I'm going to call these the Deltona Homes. And I hope I don't butcher this history, but we'll see. I read it in a book. I'm on Samoa. I'm heading towards Jamaica, and I think I'm going to run into, gotta stop for a car. I think I'm going to run into Mallorca at some point over here, looking for a street that's named after a place in Spain. I'm pretty sure it's Mallorca. But the Deltona Corporation was formed by three of the Mackle brothers who pretty much developed modern day Mackle Island back in the 60s or so. And they built these smaller homes and sold them to people, and people would pay, make payments. And then when they retired, their home was paid for and they could come and live in Mackle Island and everything was perfect. So it was fantastic. So these homes, they have, the characteristics are this. A lot of the roof lines are of a Polynesian design. They have single car garages, most of them. Now a lot of them have been added onto since they were built, sort of modernized. Most of them have been updated, a few haven't, but I like them because they're very simple. Most of them are very clean and neat, and it's got a little bit of a retro look to it, which I think is appealing, and it's kind of the perfect size house for some place like Mackle Island. So I'm going to try to find a number of the ones that I like here, and I'm headed over towards the golf course because the golf course was one of the first recreational things that they put on the island when they developed it, and so you would think that they put a lot of those first homes around the golf course. So I'm going to head over here. I'm on Bayport, at the corner of Bayport and Shadow Ridge, and I could just Google my way there, but to be honest, I don't want to. I'm trying to learn the island. Okay, I'm coming up on Mallorca Circle. I'm gonna go down there and let's see what we can find in terms of what I call Deltona Homes. Here's a close example, but this one was probably a little bit newer. You can see the Polynesian influence on the roof line, but it's got a two-car garage. Here's one. This is perfect, and look how neat that house is. Single car garage, updated, very cool, very nice and clean. Here's another one right next to it. Put in a circle drive. The roof line looks the same. And I'm off Mallorca Circle. I'm on Shadow Ridge, and I think this is a good way. And I think this is a good way to find some of these homes. You can tell that home is, I don't know if that's original or not. It's got a two-car garage, but still has that Polynesian influence on it. But if you look around the golf course here, you just find these really cool looking houses that are neatly kept. Here's one of my favorites. This was for sale, and we actually looked at this, but it was just a little bit too small for our needs. Very well updated. Beautiful, right on the golf course. Has a great swimming pool out back. It's actually a lot here, so I can see part of the golf course, but just if you can see that. Beautiful golf course here. I've never been on it, but I've seen it from a few lots. Very well kept course. Just peaceful and tranquil. I wonder if there's any gators in there. Here we go. This is a perfect example. They actually took the garage and turned it into part of the house. You see where the driveway ends right there. Cute little house. I don't know if I call it a bungalow. Gorgeous little house. There's another one right next to it. I think they did have two-car garages back then, but that was really getting ritzy back then in the 60s. If you could afford one of the Deltona two-car garage homes, you're probably doing really, really well. Here's a nice one. And you can tell where they added on. They added on a second garage. Very useful. Look how clean and neat these houses are. There was a really nice one down here that I missed. I want to catch that. I think it's down around the curve. It's been raining, of course, every day. It's summertime here, but you just don't know. You can see out that way, it looks like it's building up some clouds. And then over this way, you can probably see the sunset tonight. So if you go to the beach about 8:15, you're gonna see a beautiful sunset. So I was talking about the modern day history of the island. I think it's really interesting because you can talk to people that have lived on the island here for quite a while, and they've seen it develop, so they can tell you about how it was back when half of these homes were here, or a third of these homes. And these homes are just beautiful. Here's the one that I really like, right there. This one right next to it, very clean. Also, I think that these homes, the traditional homes, you find more neighborhoods here. In some of the neighborhoods with the really large homes, people are extremely seasonal. And with these homes, you find that there's actually people living in the neighborhoods. And I like that. Here's a nice one. Well, they put a lot of time in that garden. So now you sort of get the gist of what what I call the Deltona homes are. Now I'm in an area where it's just kind of mix and match. You can see these are the traditional homes. And on this side of the street are more modern, built out. Here we go. Let's take a look at part of the golf course here. I know they've got condos on the front side near the main entrance to the golf course, but we'll take a look here. Oh, somebody lost a golf ball right there. So I mentioned the modern history of Mackle. The reason why there was a Polynesian influence is because the Mackle brothers sent their main architect to Hawaii for 2 or 3 weeks in order to be inspired and bring that influence or that look back to the development of the island. And one of the first things they did was the Mackle Hotel, which is now the JW Marriott Hotel, and that main entrance you can see is very Polynesian. And the Polynesian look, part of that was they wanted to make it so that every time you entered into a home or one of the main buildings here on the island, you almost were able to look through it into a pool or the ocean or whatnot. Big dog. Like a St. Bernard over there. So back to the story. So you could view almost through the house or the building and see the water, and that was supposed to be like the thing back then. It's probably still the thing. So here's a beautiful one right there. Now there's a perfect example of the Polynesian design on the roof. Look at that. They've updated it. You can see the entryway is updated. but that roof would be textbook Mackle Island development. And if I'm butchering up the history, somebody can correct me. But this is just as I understand it from the book I read and some people I've talked to. But again, love talking to people that have been here 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I mean, they really have the history down pat, and it's just really interesting to learn and hear their stories about what the island was like way back then. This might be the best looking palm tree I've seen here on the island. That thing looks awesome. Beautiful house, but really nice looking palm. I don't know what kind of palm tree that is. The ones next to it are called royal palms. I've learned that. This one, I have no idea. Beautiful tree. Okay, I think I'm getting over by the school. I can see the end of the golf course. And I'm not sure what road I'm on, but it might be Jamaica. I think I'm on Jamaica. Some of the time and effort people have in their vegetation is just awesome. I like that house. That is a really good looking house. I like those garage doors with the window panes. We're still circumnavigating the golf course. So these people here, their backyard is the golf course. And I would have sworn that when we were looking for a place and then ended up finding a lot to build on, that we had been down every street and seen every house on the island. But as I ride my bike around, I find out that that's not true. And it's amazing what you just end up, you get used to it because you're looking at so many things, and then pretty soon, now this is unusual. This house has, I don't know, it's a huge lot. It's got a lot next to it, beautiful gardens with sculptures in it, and it's called La Casa de Pepe. That's the name on the brick entryway. La Casa de Pepe, 1584 it says on it. So, I don't know. You can see this house. This is traditional Marco here. Look at the roof line. Beautiful. That's very updated, but in the traditional design. And then they got some really nice brand new house there, and this one's being built. And then you can tell it's hurricane season because people put up their hurricane shutters. They don't have the hurricane glass. Again, La Casa de Pepe. Nice long home, but it's got a lot next to it, which is really unusual here. And you can see the sculptures in there. And I'm on Jamaica Court, so I am on Jamaica yet. Okay, that was kind of a short ride tonight. I wanted to go out and find a few of the Deltona Homes. I really like those houses. Miami Pedro, hope you enjoyed the quick little tour tonight. Mackle Island, I know you like looking around and get your comments. And I'm gonna do a little touring, take the long way home. But it actually seems like the front went through and it's kind of cooled off a little bit tonight, and doesn't seem too humid as long as you keep on moving. So I'm going to keep on moving, and if you found this video interesting or informative, please do me a favor, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. One last one before we go. I just found my favorite garage door in Mackle Island. There we go, right there. Love it.